Inviting and warm with Art Deco elements, original vintage posters and wooden floorboards that date back to when there was a metal works factory, Church Street Enoteca offers a relaxed atmosphere for dining. The food at Church Street Enoteca is best described as modern Italian cuisine. And to tell us more about the menu is Ron O'Brien, who brings with him 5 years of experience from highly regarded restaurants around Melbourne. Now, with modern influences changing the traditional style of Italian food, what do you think are the essential elements that keep it authentic and distinguishable from other genres?
I think the Italian respect for produce, starting with the best you can afford, treat it well, treat it with respect. Don't do too much with it, really let the produce speak for itself. It's pretty much the cornerstone of good Italian cooking.
Great, well in front of me I can see an example of good Italian cooking. Can you please run through what you've prepared?
Alrighty, we'll start with the fig carpaccio. It's fresh figs in season, just sliced, dressed with a little bit of olive oil and some Tasmanian lavender honey. We have some gorgonzola picante, so it's quite a nice peppery blue cheese. Fantastic blue flavour. Over here we have the tortellini 3 cheeses. It has Reggiano Parmesan, ricotta and pecorino. And then it's a sage butter with pine nuts and raisins. A little bit of crisp sage on top and some Meredith goat's cheese. A couple of the signature mains from the restaurant. We have wet roasted lamb, Roman style, with parmesan and breadcrumbs. And some soft polenta. And our bistecca over here, which is a 600 gram T-bone, char grilled over a very high heat, rested for a long time, crusted with salt, with spinach and lemon, a little bit of potato puree, which has become sort of a bit famous for me, something I've done for a long time.
Something you've done for a long time?
Yeah, it's something, I mean, I'm from Irish heritage, so mash is very important to me.
Great.
I've worked hard on it.
Sure.
And then desserts, we sort of veer a little bit from traditional Italian. We have a bit of a play with them. Kennedy and Wilson chocolate mousse. We have some honeycomb, 3 little bits of chocolate, just different textures, different types, white, milk, dark, varying amounts of cocoa butter, so they've got different flavours as well.
Right.
And a little bit of pistachio ice cream.
It's like artwork, a lot of detail in that one. Now we're in the private dining room with cellar master Ken John. Thanks for joining us on City Life, Ken. What an ideal place for wine tasting this is.
Certainly is, and we're fortunate that we have quite a lot of really fine food and wine tasting experiences that happen here. As you can see, it suits about 12 people really well, and that lends itself to tasting lots and lots of really good wine and food. And some really good times, I'm sure. Absolutely. Ken, can you please recommend some wines for the meals prepared for us today? Happily. And perhaps the first thing we should talk about is what we would offer at the restaurant here as an aperitif. And that's Prosecco. It comes from the Veneto region in northeastern Italy. One of the entrees is fig and carpaccio, and that was reviewed recently in the Age by John Lethland, and at that stage we recommended the Hofstadter Gewürztraminer, so we'll stick with that as a recommendation. Sure. We also have the tortellini, which is one of our signature dishes, and with that I would use potentially Pinot Noir, but in an Italian context, Nebbiolo. And we've got this Longue Nebbiolo from the Piemonte region, and the nice tannin structure that has, particularly with the ethereal Tara and Roses quality that they can exhibit when at their best, is perfect with the tortellini. We then move across to main courses, and Ron's arranging our fabulous steak, big steak based on bistecca fiorentina in Italy, in Tuscany. And in Tuscany they'd serve it with Sangiovese, so it seems to me to be sensible to still serve it with Sangiovese here. We've got this beautiful Toscana Sangiovese IGT that'll just be perfect, and so I don't have any problem about what we're going to drink with that. And also we have our dessert wine to go with the chocolate. Chocolate is notoriously difficult to find things to go with, but in this case we have this beautiful Passito di Pantelleria from the Pantelleria Island south of Sicily, and that is really unctuous and fresh as well, so a perfect sort of way to cut through the richness of the chocolate and provide a really nice contrast, but also a nice combination.
Now, Ken, let's get on with the wine tasting, shall we? Salute.
Salute.